And let's head into our first series, starting with Dark. What do you have for us?
Oh boy, I have in English, it's I may be a guild receptionist, but I'll solo any boss to clock out on time.
Yes. Do you want me
Um,
to try reading the Japanese title here? ギルドの受付嬢ですか？残業は嫌なので、ボスをソウル討伐しようと思います。That is what is the abbreviation for this stupid thing?
Guild
Oh,
Receptionist.
Girumasu.
yeah, it's probably
It's
just guild
Girumasu.
reception. Yeah, Iruma.
Yeah, it's
So
guild receptionist, and in Japanese it's Girumasu,
yeah,
which is
um,
stupid. Yeah,
Which is what? What is that?
it's the
Guildmaster?
first two. No, it's the first two characters of like the title Girudo, Giru from Girudo, and the last two letters characters of the title, which is blah 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 to omoimasu masu. So it's Girumasu.
So Guildmaster.
No, but yeah. Anyway, sorry.
Your jokes don't translate well
yeah.
into English, Fire.
Um, this is a Cloverworks series. This is
Overwork song.
a yeah. This is a light novel adaptation. Surprisingly enough.
Hmm.
And yeah, so this is okay. Well, to get into the like premise, it's Alina Clover signed up to be a receptionist for the Adventurers Guild, thinking it would be her ticket to the good life. So basically, she is someone who wants to just have a very like what would you call it, regimented life. She wants to clock into work, clock out, and
A
just like
slow
kind of
life, you
be off
mean?
work.
A 9 to 5 slow life?
Yeah, she wants. Yeah, she literally she just wants 9 to 5. She wants like no uncertainties, and then wants her free time after work. Um, and so this is not. By the way, this is not an isekai in any way, shape, or form. Um, she is of this world, and the basic intro is that her work starts to turn into like massive overtime because all of the adventurers keep going to this dungeon that has a very strong boss in it, which is causing other enemies to kind of like spawn or like swarm it. So there's like kind of always work for them there. And the sort of like what would you call it? Like the top tier guild that should be clearing the dungeon is kind of like taking their sweet ass time. And so what we then discover is that she has an extremely strong ability that summons like a really powerful hammer. And she charges it to the dungeon while they're trying to clear it herself and kills the dragon pretty quickly. Um, and then it turns into so here's the problem with this series, right? That's kind of like the big shtick of the series. That all happens in episode one, and this series is actually not really about being a guild receptionist whatsoever or getting off from overtime. This turns into literally like the most standard fucking fantasy story trying to find a villain nonsense, like conspiracy bullshit. Um, this features actually pretty much zero guild receptionist work. This does not do any more gimmicks of like, oh man, like she has to like sneak into the dungeon and like clear it before they do or like work around them. This literally throws that out by episode 2 and she gets discovered by like the guild master almost immediately. That she has this like extremely powerful skill. They start getting into things like the like dark gods, light gods, her power being like an ancient spell or something that's like been lost to time, and the god, and for some reason, like the god gave her that skill to like summon the powerful hammer. Um, and it goes to shit. Like I, yeah, long story short, I think this series is really bad. Um,
The thing is, it's like the how do I say this? The overall setup for me, this is from the outside, of course, didn't seem like terrible, but
No, I mean,
it
that was
felt
fine
like
because
during the
it was a
preview,
bait and
it felt
switch.
like one
It
of
was
those series
literally
it could
fucking bait
go
and
to shit
switch.
really quickly.
I
Yeah, yeah,
mean,
yeah,
it
yeah,
was
yeah. It could
literally
go to
bait and
shit.
switch because this
Yeah,
premise
yeah,
was
yeah.
supposed to be that she is the like super powerful guild master or guild receptionist that secretly goes into the dungeon and fixes shit that adventurers are doing. And I was
Hmm.
expecting, and this is saying a lot because I still don't think this series would have been like particularly incredible. I was expecting it to be this shtick of she goes in secretly, has to basically fight around whoever's in the dungeon at the time and try to secretly resolve things. Um,
Uh-huh.
or and then gets like spotted and like a legend gets created about her or something like that. Right? Or she like jumps in like while the main guild's getting like about to get knocked out and then they're like, oh man, we could swear we saw this like hammer wielding expert that came in and killed the boss. So on and so forth, and that to be like the thing. And maybe some like subplot of, like what's going on in this dungeon that's like making things stronger and stronger.
Yeah,
Something like
yeah.
that.
The real secret of the dungeon. Yeah, that's a classic.
Yeah.
Yes.
Um so like and this throws that out like immediately. Like I said, like she immediately gets discovered
Oh, okay.
by the guildmaster. She does no receptionist work up until episode I've watched through episode 5 now and she has not done a single bit of other guild receptionist work.
It kind of
Um
sucks that like because like the part of the whole like shtick is like that
is that
she's
she's a
doing
guild
a guild
receptionist?
receptionist,
Yeah,
but
like
she
that
hates that
and
shit.
she's
Yeah,
trying
like
not
that's
to
the meme.
work
Yeah.
overtime? Yeah, wow. Well, you know what? Fuck you cuz no, that's not what happens
More
as a
dungeon
matter of
crawling.
fact. Yeah, it just turns into very like basic bottom of the barrel like dungeon crawling bullshit
That sucks.
where they're like, "Oh man, your skills are so great. Like, please help us. If you help us, then we'll double the staff so that you can go home early and stuff like that." And then it starts to introduce the bigger conspiracy where she fights this other guy and she's like, "Oh my god, that's like a dark god power." And yeah, it just turns into like just nonsense fucking word salad of like these are this ancient power that we're calling like a day skill or something or a like
Dia,
deus skill. Yeah,
DIA,
dia.
Dia.
Yeah, it's like it's terrible. Like it turns into that. It's like its world building is already not good anyway because there isn't any.
Isn't Dia a spell in Final Fantasy? Final Fantasy Shin
I don't remember
Megami?
if it's in Final Fantasy or if it's in yeah, it's in SMT and like Persona. I don't think it's Final Fantasy. I think Dia is like the basic light spell or something if I'm not mistaken.
D is the heal, isn't it?
Is it the heal? Oh
Pretty
yeah,
sure.
because then like the enhance heal is like the armor or some shit, right?
Yeah, Dia's a heal in SMT, and it's a holy spell in Final Fantasy. Okay, yeah. Wow, I wonder where they got the name from.
But yeah, I mean, well, it's probably like some Latin or something, right? Or some shit. I don't know.
Probably.
Maybe. But regardless, like that, like the world building of this series is like not great because, like I said, like I'm 5 episodes in, and really all the world building they've done is yeah, this is like the most basic fantasy world you've ever imagined. People get skills. They never really establish like how or why. They literally just go, yeah, people just randomly get skills. And it's like,
See,
okay, great, man.
the saddest part, the most unfortunate part of this is almost exactly the same problem as when you covered Sentai Red, right? Isekai, the Sentai Red Isekai, because it was like the problem there was also the premise was okay, but then it kind of started going to shit because, or not, it didn't go to shit, but at least in that case, it was mediocre because they didn't do what the premise sort of implied it would promise to do, right? Where it's like Sentai Red kind of goes in and does he's like, oh, well, I'm freaking Ranger Red kind of stuff, right? And they
Yeah.
didn't really use that shtick to its full potential. This is exactly the same problem, but not only is it mediocre, it's bad because the point of this premise in particular is that it's a variant. It's a deviation away from the standard dungeon crawling isekai. Plus, the main hero being super powerful, right? But instead of getting money or whatever, she's a guild receptionist at day and Batman at night. But if you don't do the guild receptionist by day part, it loses its charm.
Yeah, there's
It's like having a Batman movie, but it's like they don't have Bruce Wayne in the intro, like first 5 to 10 minutes, like just going around doing stuff, right? It's like they just
Spire,
have
that's a
Batman.
spoiler.
Yeah,
That's a spoiler.
that's true. I apologize.
You can make a Batman movie
Nobody tell.
without Bruce Wayne. Remember, Bruce Wayne's the alter ego.
I mean, you don't particularly need like too much
You
Bruce
don't
Wayne.
need it,
It'd be more like, I
but
mean,
like
I
you
would argue
should have
it'd
it.
be
Like you
worse
should
because
have
it'd
it.
be more like
Yeah.
Spider-Man without Peter Parker. Like
Yeah,
even
yeah.
more integral.
Was there a movie where it was like that? I feel like there was.
What?
Where there was
Spider-Man
no
without
Parker?
Peter Parker.
Yeah,
I mean, Ultimate, or was it all? Is it Amazing? Which was the Andrew Garfield? I feel like the second one at least was very, very light on Peter Parker.
But he stole the milk.
They
I mean,
also
that movie
found
But
like
it's like
his
bad.
the whole
parents
so-
train
Yeah,
lab.
well,
Well, yes, but that's
yeah,
I mean that's what I mean. Like,
yeah,
it's not very good.
yeah.
But yes,
Yeah,
so
but I
like
mean, yeah. The whole point is like it's not it's like Superman or whoever, right? A superhero without ever showing their like alter ego, and like that's part of like the charm. Like that's the
Isn't
whole
yeah,
point. Yeah,
and
isn't that
specifically
what
for
the
this
upcoming
series
Superman
too.
movie is though? I don't know. Whatever.
What?
but yeah. Anyways,
No,
Uh,
it's mostly Superman.
No, we
I
literally
don't
saw
know.
Clark in the trailer.
Yeah, but either way, even to relate this to anime specifically, there is really not a whole lot that separates this from any given like I'm actually I'm an adventurer and I'm actually the strongest though, but everyone doesn't know that yet. And then they do by episode 2, then they realize I'm the strongest, and then we just do adventure stuff. Like there really isn't anything separating this from that, because yeah, they just throw the receptionist shit at the wayside, and then it's like, okay, so you're just the most powerful person with the big hammer that comes in and bops enemies over the head and saves the day, I guess.
right.
Like, yeah, that's not even like remotely entertaining, in my opinion.
It,
I don't know. Like
it's such a
I just
pity. It is a pity.
yeah, I really don't know why they did this. Like I really don't. Like I don't get it. I don't know why
It's
that this
really
was a
weird because it's
background.
like it's almost kind of frightening in a sense because it's like if we were living in a timeline where this was just like the publishers just said, okay, just gonna take bad series because we're just scraping the bottom of the barrel, and then they ran with it, that'd be one thing. But I genuinely think that enough people are eating up this sort of slop for people to be like, yeah, this looks like a good series to animate, like unironically just nodding their heads and animating this stuff. And it's just no. I don't know, like you shouldn't be taking any random thing from you shouldn't be eating any random slop from Naruto or whatever light novel you dredged this out of. It's poisonous. It'll make your belly ache. But
Yeah, to put
again,
things into perspective, here is I can literally list off the guild receptionist specific trivia that has happened in this series. You need a guild ID, and there is paperwork,
and
and
there's
sometimes
paperwork,
there are
of
long
course.
lines, and there
Yes,
are long
yes,
lines.
yeah. It's so stupid. Like,
That is the beginning and the end of all the trivia so far that I have witnessed. Which also makes it beyond maybe episode 1-ish. This literally, she could have any job. She could have been a potion seller. She could have been a fucking beggar. She could have been anything. She literally could be
yeah,
any position. She could be a retired adventurer. And this series would be the exact same
exactly the
series.
same. Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
She does
That's the
not, it's
problem.
not like her guild receptionist thing comes up in battle, obviously, because it's not like a battle thing to begin with. she doesn't use it to her advantage because there's no fucking advantage to it, which is another reason why doing this with this theme is fucking insane. Like, at least if this was like, I'm a potion seller and then I turn into an adventurer, they could be like, oh man, this dude's like doing fucking, alchemy and shit, mixing potions, using poisons, making antidotes, stuff like that in the middle of battle or like during battles. You could do a cooking thing and it's literally, or like, you could do a gourmet thing style, like dungeon meshy type idea, and like that
Yeah.
is something you can
Yeah.
carry out. But it's like, yeah, if you're not gonna do the receptionist by day, adventurer by night thing, then there's no reason to have the receptionist. She may as well have been a fucking like accountant. Like, there's nothing here that translates. Like,
Yeah.
there's
And
not a single thing about this.
and also the problem is, again, this is like in this day and age specifically, that's the charm of it. If this was back in, you know, Sword Art Online, maybe pre-Sword Art Online, that sort of like fanfic days, that'd be one thing because, we wouldn't have really been so conscious of the isekai subgenre, right? This subculture. But now, isekais are dime a dozen. We've seen these sorts of dungeon crawlers. We've seen, female protagonists go out and be like, "Wait, I'm secretly powerful and I'm solving all the problems." We've seen 50 million of these, and so what's like? Why are you not playing to your strengths, your variation that you created? It's so silly.
Yeah, I think you could literally name like any given like one of those series, like and I mean, like, maybe because I'm not like particularly hyper in the mood for this right now as I was
Mhm.
when I was going through like Kuma Kuma Bear or something like that. But at
Yeah,
the
yeah,
same time,
yeah.
I ask myself, like, I could just watch that. Like, yeah, are the visuals in this like sometimes technically, but actually, you know what? I can't even say that really. That's the other thing. The audio visuals are like kind of standard. Like, they're pretty unremarkable, to be honest. Like, they're fine, but
Uh-huh.
it's not like there's particularly any fights that are crazy. And a lot of it is just like positioned to where they don't really need to show two people interacting in a fight. It's kind of like showing the start of an attack from her and then the reverse shot of the enemy and then like a flash and it's like, ooh, they got hit. Ooh, it was a big hit. Um it's not like there's like a real fight going on or anything like that too. Obviously, like, I mean, later on there is like one where it is more of a
It's
fight,
actually
but at the same time it's like pretty mediocre. It's not like it's
slightly,
not like I'm gonna be
yeah,
sitting here talking about the fucking choreography or something like
yeah.
that.
That
Like,
that's
there's
slightly
nothing to
surprising.
talk about with that.
Yeah, it's kind of surprising how potentially budgeted it is, just because it is still. I mean, they probably didn't get much money for the series, but it is still Cloverworks, so like I kind of expected a little bit more. But yeah, it's
Yeah, it's
unfortunate,
like, I
I
mean, it's
think.
like, really, like, in a series like this, you're not even gonna give me like intricate, elaborate fights or something and like choreography. You're just gonna like kind of shit it out there. Like, why? Like, what
Yeah,
are we doing here?
yeah.
But yeah, it's like it's very, very, very mediocre in that regard. Um and I can't even really particularly say that the supporting cast is like great either. In the beginning I thought that Jade, the like leader of the rank 1 guild or whatever, I thought the shtick was going to be that, like, she's threatening him because he finds out her identity very
Mhm.
early on. And he's like, "No, I just want to like know more about you." And I thought it was gonna be, like the shtick of he knows and he's the only other person that knows. And then like maybe later on he like specifically has to call on her to help in the dungeon and for them to work together or something at some point. But like I said, like,
Mhm.
no, that gets thrown out. Like, he finds out, then the guild master finds out, and then yeah, they go and work together. A like sanctioned fucking run on like a different dungeon somewhere else. And that was when they get into like the dark god nonsense. And yeah, and I do just want to double back and really elaborate that like the world building in this is really, really fucking bad. Like, Like really, really just nothing. Because, well, I don't know. It's like it depends on what you would consider bad as well, right? Because it's very sparse. It's like almost nothing there. And then at the same time, they're also throwing like some terminology at you, like dark god, like the light power, like the dia power, and shit like that. And it's like I don't know if that's technically worse than like a larger word salad of like super elaborate
Okay,
world
yeah,
building
yeah, I know what you're talking
subplot or
about. Yeah,
not.
yeah, yeah,
Um,
yeah.
but it is not great and it is not enjoyable and it is uninteresting. Um,
Mhm.
which does make it bad, but I personally can't tell if like that would be worse for most people than the alternative. The alternative I prefer, frankly, of just like doing way too much world building in the beginning. It's just like, I don't really need to know the backstory of, Genesis for this world space right now.
Right, right, right.
But I'd rather have that over being
Whatever
giving
this is.
nothing and then just being told like very basic fantasy like terms and then acting like
Mhm.
that's some big revelation that I'm supposed to care about.
Right, right,
So,
right, right, right.
yeah,
Okay.
very unfortunate.
What? Yeah. What? Can you give us a quick overview of the OPED before you wrap it up
I'm
for
gonna
us?
be honest with you. I don't remember the ED. I watched 5 episodes of this today, and I already I don't remember the ED.
Forgot the
I won't lie
ED.
to
What
you. I
about the
forgot it.
but what about
I'm gonna
the
have to look at it.
opening, Dark?
Oh, the
It's
opening
got
is
the dance,
fucking terrible.
but it's got the dance.
It's so bad. It's really really not good. Yeah, neither. I don't like either of them. Interestingly enough, oh yeah, that is the weird part, right? The OP and ED like fucking switch randomly. That's what I should
Eh?
say too. Like I don't know why. I don't know why they did that. You can even see it on Mall. It's like Perfect Day by 310, episodes 1 and 2, 4 through 6. Then opening is Aishite Watashi Nisachiare. And that's episodes 3 and 7. And then you have just the reverse. ED. Um
Okay.
and it's very strange, but neither of them are particularly memorable. I can't remember actually now that I think about it. Um let me see if I can find the OP. Oh my god. Okay, never mind. I need to type in opening because so many like dumbass slop channels are like posting clips that are like, I'll kill you if you reveal that I'm OP. Oh, slop channel. I'm sorry. By slop channel I should have said in Crunchyroll. Um Let me see. Does anything even have this opening posted? This is the trailer. No, I can't even find the opening. Well, anyway, um,
Yeah.
regardless, it's not, neither of them are particularly great. The visuals are like kind of whatever. If I'm thinking of the ED especially, it's very much not good, in my opinion. And it's quite boring. And it's not like the songs are particularly like exciting either. They're pretty standard.
Mhm.
Well, yeah, I don't know. I don't know who this is for. I really don't know why this even got greenlit. I don't know why they even decide like why this even got picked up. Like,
I think it got some hype on social media, but as I
Because
said
it's
before,
fucking
it's a lot of
slop, dude. It is slop,
yeah.
fucking slop machine. Like,
yeah, but
Well,
it's like
it's also
you would think that they would go
be
for like
real.
even more like sloppy or slop. You know what I'm saying?
well,
Like
what it
you
is.
think
It's like
before this they would be like, well, don't we have another like sword master fucking
the thing is they don't.
nonsense we
That's
could
the
go
thing.
through?
It's
Yeah,
like
they
Oh
don't.
yeah,
They're like literally already. They're already running out of
they're
that shit.
scraping the
Like,
bottom. Yeah, they are scraping the bottom of the barrel, and I don't mean like oh, there are no random trappy Naruto fanfic to pick up. What I mean is that not enough of them have the whole like 500,000 bookmarks that the editors like go, oh my, or the publisher go, whoa, big number of bookmarks. Oh, we need to adapt that one. Not enough of those exist because they've all been taken by now. So they are really scraping the barrel more or less.
The reason why it picked up because I remember correctly. There was a collab with, I looked it up. Akase Akari, who cosplayed the
Oh, okay.
twin-tailed girl from Guild Receptionist, Lila, right?
Hmm.
And there was also Yu who did the dance for
Yes,
Oh,
yes.
you
she
know the dance
wait.
for Guild Receptionist, the one that I talked about.
The problem is not those people. I mean, it's not it, the
Also,
he's not talking about Dark is not talking about why it became popular after the fact. He's
oh,
talking
I
about why it
yeah,
got adapted in the first place.
why it got popular? Don't
Yeah,
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 forget.
that's
yeah,
what I'm
yeah.
saying. Like, why choose to adapt this? I don't know.
Why
This
not?
is just a
Why
very
not?
like. I
I
mean,
think
I
there
guess
was
it's
like a
just a very
small
You
like.
know
thing
This is
in
not
like
for anyone.
you
And
know who else
also
got
the
a
other thing
collab
is
with
too is like
this?
what?
Yuki Yuki Sakuna also got a collab with this, and she's pretty big if you know who she is.
but again,
Was that
the
before or
collab is
after
not
this
the
anime?
point. Yeah.
Like, was it the
The
anime?
col-
Because like, God bless anyone who like read the fucking light novel. You know what I mean? Like, because like that's another thing too. Like, holy,
Who's the
like
artist for
holy,
the
this is a
who's the
fucking
artist
light
for the
novel. I don't know if this
light novel?
has a manga or not.
It's
I
Gao.
can't
Oh,
even
it's
like click
Gao.
on that.
Oh, okay, that's why.
Like,
Gao, the
yeah.
artist. You know who that is, right?
yeah, but I mean,
Yeah.
just like again, like the substance of this light novel must also be like atrocious. Like, could you imagine fucking picking up a light novel that you're like, oh, I'm the guild receptionist, but I'm like secretly strong, and then like
You
They
know,
don't care.
it.
They don't
right
care.
What's weird?
away,
They
like
don't
right away,
care.
it's
They
like
don't
bye
care,
bye
bro.
guild
Like
receptionist
Why?
shit.
they
If you
don't give a fuck.
everything, I looked up Gao's what is it, a pedigree,
That's
and I
crazy to
see.
me. I gotta say, like, this is like more of a me thing and a total aside, but like
I
I can at least like
see.
understand watching slop, like turning on something and just fucking letting the colors flash before your eyes. Like reading something this unremarkable is crazy to me. Like you're
What
putting in that much work for this thing? Like damn.
What if this is just the prelude to Gao's other
I feel like
works?
Dark is like just now like discovering the type of shit that like Toast watches and reads
Hell
on the
yeah.
daily.
Even
But yeah,
yeah, but like I mean, like I guess like manga, like a light novel's like another step of like, holy shit, man. Oh man, I can even get why people
Yeah.
read fucking 50 Shades of Grey, but like this, it's like
Yeah. The
not going
issue is
on
just like
here.
there's no it
You
doesn't
could just
move away from anything new.
imagine this whole plot line in your fucking brain in a couple minutes, man.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
what do you need the light
Yeah.
novel for?
Yeah. But
I'm
yeah,
just saying,
anyway.
as far don't
Yeah.
worry, Dark. Gao's next work, because I don't know why this one got an anime before Outcast Restaurant or the other S rank Bokensa one. Don't worry, the Dark. I'll let you have those because I know you want those.
What is
Anyways,
it? Outcast Restaurant? Is that what you just called
Welcome
it?
to the Outcast Restaurant. That one's pretty good.
Is it about a restaurant?
Yes,
Significantly better already.
this guy's a level 99
It's
cook.
actually about it's actually about what's in the title. Wow. I'm in. But
Hey,
yeah, I guess closing remarks. Not great. I'm a hater. It's definitely not the worst series I've ever seen, right? But it's kind of like so unremarkable and so boring that it like kind of makes it worse. And I would probably give this like a 3 or a 4 maybe at most. It's sitting at a
okay.
6.99 on Mall, which is fucking psychotic thing. But yeah, just everything together. To wrap it up, like I said, that unremarkableness, the pretty standard slash like unremarkable audio visuals is another thing. Like if this had choreographed like really good fights, I could understand like where people are coming from.
Mhm.
But the fact that this
Wait,
doesn't
yours
even have that.
you said 6.99?
No. Say it's 6.99 on Mall. I would give this a 3 or a 4 because
Damn.
I would say you should not watch this. Like you should really like I'm gonna give it
Stay
like a
away.
1 or a 2. Like I don't think it should be like, don't watch this under any circumstance. But it's like you got to be at like the end of your rope. Like you got to have seen like
Really wanna
everything
watch this,
already
yeah.
and you're just like I need like something, man. Like I'm dying here.
You're dying
And
for
I'd be
new
like, okay.
isekais? Okay, man.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, and like maybe you can get something from it. And I don't know, like maybe it improves by the end or by like the episodes that are out now. A
It's good
little
on
bit.
episode
But
12,
like
bro.
it's good.
Yeah,
It's really
it'll
good
get
when the
better,
credits
bro,
roll.
trust.
It's so good when the credits roll. You're fine. You're finally free. It's a meta
If you took
commentary,
out
really.
all Dark, look, if you take out all of the filler episodes, then it becomes good, okay?
So true.
It's true. You watch the
Oh,
first
yeah.
episode, you watch the last episode, and then you're set. Um, but yeah,
Oh,
I don't know.
oh, Dark. The answer is the answer to why this series was so popular is so clear. It was published on Dengeki Bunko.
Oh, baby, can't wait to see that in Fighting Climax too, dude.
Hell yeah,
Yeah.
dude. Remember,
Oh my god.
she got a Dia skill.
Anyways, thank you very much,
Oh,
Dark.
I
Again,
should say actually
unfortunately, yeah.
one more caveat. Yeah, the other thing is that like the real only reason to watch this is just to have like Takashi Rie like
Oh yeah,
switch from
Takashi
like
Miike,
a
does she voice it well? Yeah.
yeah. She does do a good job. I will say that like the voice cast is really good. I should say that. So
Okay.
there is that. Like Takashi Rie bounces between like the polite like oh I have to serve these guild people and then to like the growly like I can hate that these people are taking up all my time and making
Wow,
me work overtime
wow,
type deal.
just like me. It's just like working a real office job. Everyone is an idiot. So
Except
relatable, my
after
dudes.
episode 2, you're not leaving your office job. You're stuck there forever.
Wow, just like a real office job.
Anyways, thank you very much, Dark. Again, really unfortunate that this didn't pan out because I feel like it could have. I don't,
This
this
could have been
would
at
not
least
have been.
this could have been a series that
Yeah,
I at
this
least
would not
gave
have
like a
been like
six and a
Anime of the
half to
Year and
like a
things.
7,
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
maybe.
yeah, 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 yeah.
This could have fallen into a
But
slot where of like a Kuma Bear, like Kuma Bear type scenario.
yes, yes, yes. Yeah, very unfortunate. The series again is I may be a guild receptionist, but also any boss to clock out on time. Also known asギルドの受付嬢ですが、残業は嫌なので、ボスをソウル討伐しようと思います。Also known as Girumasu. So, please, I guess stay away. I guess would be
Yeah,
the correct term.
please don't
But
check this
yeah,
out if you value your
yeah,
time.
very, very unfortunate miss by Cloverworks.
Yeah.